Hello everybody, Tahoe Yak Fisher here. We are in the backyard with the kayak because I am going to get the transducer installed for my Garmin Echo Map Plus. So we're looking at the bottom of my Wilderness Systems Recon 120, and as you can see, we've got some scupper holes that are intended for a depth finder, fish finder transducer. And so here is what I have. This is the transducer that came with my Echo Map 43 CV, and this hole spacing looks suspect like this hole spacing, and in a perfect world we would bolt it on like that and be done with it. However, the spacing of this bracket does not match the spacing of those holes. So let me just open this up so you guys can see. Hang on. Okay, here we go. You can see I opened the transom mount bracket up so we can see how the holes line up, and you can see if I line up that bottom hole perfectly, the top hole is a no-go. So, you know, answer number one, like, let's hog out the bracket. But take a look at the bracket. The bracket has been hogged out. It's lightened up as much as possible. It's reinforced. It's going to be plenty durable, but we don't want to be removing material. So we need to make an adapter that goes between here and there. Let's go inside and see what we can do. Okay, guys, here's what I came up with. Out comes the cutting board material. Now I have a challenge for you guys. Go buy a cutting board and start making kayak stuff out of it. And don't stop making stuff out of it until you've used the whole board. Here's how far I am on that project. Okay, here is what I came up with. This is a piece of that cutting board. I used the foot here to trace it. I traced it like so, but then I made it about a half an inch or so longer than the actual foot of the transducer. That way I would have room for the hardware to attach it to the kayak. This is going to bolt to the kayak. This is going to bolt to the transducer. This is where the scupper is, and this wire has to run through that scupper. So let's go put that on the kayak and see what I'm talking about. Key feature I forgot I want to mention. So this is going to bolt to the kayak, and then I have these T-nuts in here again so that we have flush threads for this to screw into. So now we're going to go put it on the kayak, see how it looks. Okay, here's how we look installed on the kayak. So as you can see, I drilled for the scupper. That way the wire of the transducer has to be fished up through that scupper. I moved it forward. Technically these could have been kind of as close to these as I like, and it may have affected how large this piece of plastic was. I added the length to it so that I could move the scupper forward so that it is protected by this edge of the kayak and kind of fills the space better. So let's install it and see what I'm talking about. Okay guys, here's what we ended up with. Now I'm going to show you this. You can see it sits proud of the hull a little bit, but it's pretty well below this and this. You know, it's got a rubber bushing, so you don't want to over tighten it. Here is the little plastic adapter in place. You can see we go through the scupper hole there, and next we are going to punch it through the hole. But there's one problem solved. You can see it fits pretty nice in the scupper. Maybe sitting proud a little bit will get me a little better reception. Tell me what you guys think. Thanks very much for watching. Tight lines. Yak Fisher out.